In the 1980s, a small-town janitor used to invest a tiny portion of his paycheck every month. No fancy degree, no insider tips, no high salary. Just a quiet habit no one noticed. Decades later, people were shocked to learn he had quietly built wealth that many high-earning professionals never reached. Not because he worked harder, but because his money was working longer. Why do people who earn less sometimes end up richer than those who earn more? Why does wealth seem invisible while it's growing, but obvious only when it's too late to copy? In this video, I'll show you how compounding turns ordinary actions into extraordinary results, why it feels weak in the beginning but unstoppable later. Stay till the end, because once you feel compounding, not just understand it, you'll stop chasing fast money forever. If you're eager to build a life of abundance, hit subscribe now. We're committed to sharing proven methods and insights to help you succeed. Here's the curiosity that should stop you cold. The same force that feels useless in year one is the exact force that can make your stock portfolio, index funds, dividend stocks, and ETFs explode later. So why do most people quit right before the magic starts? This matters more than people realize because compounding doesn't reward effort, it rewards endurance. And in a world addicted to fast results, endurance is rare and extremely valuable. James Clear writes in Atomic Habits that success is often the result of habits that feel insignificant day to day, but become remarkable over time. And that's exactly how compounding works with long-term investing, equity growth, and passive income from stocks. Start tiny today, stay patient 10 years, and watch returns eclipse contributions, turning RS1 lock into RS10 locks at 12% via the rule of 72. Compare this. Quitting early loses millions. Sticking wins financial freedom. Your 30s decision echoes into legacy wealth or regret. High income looks powerful on paper, but behavior decides whether money multiplies or leaks. Some of the strongest long-term portfolios belong to individuals who never earned extraordinary salaries. Their advantage wasn't earnings, it was consistency. Compounding only needs three things: time, repeatable action, and low interference. Large paychecks often come with lifestyle expansion, bigger homes, faster cars, higher fixed expenses. Capital that could have compounded quietly gets consumed loudly. Meanwhile, someone earning an average income but allocating capital into diversified ETFs, index funds, and retirement accounts builds equity steadily, regardless of headlines. This explains a pattern financial researchers have observed repeatedly. Net worth growth correlates more with savings behavior than income spikes. The most dangerous delay is waiting for extra money to start investing. Compounding doesn't reward comfort, it rewards commitment. A powerful question to sit with is this: if my income stayed exactly the same for the next decade, would my net worth still rise? If the answer is yes, you've designed a compounding system. If not, you're depending on future luck. Next, we'll look at why sometimes the smartest financial move feels like doing absolutely nothing. Market movements trigger emotion long before logic has time to respond. Sharp drops create fear. Rapid rises create overconfidence. Both tempt people to interfere with compounding. Here's a lesser-known reality of long-term investing. A disproportionate share of market returns comes from a small number of recovery days. Missing those days, often due to panic exits, permanently damages long-term performance. Compounding thrives on uninterrupted exposure. It doesn't require perfect timing. It requires uninterrupted participation. Those who constantly react reset the clock repeatedly. Those who stay invested allow time to do the heavy lifting. This is why portfolios built around asset allocation, risk management, and long-term horizon outperform emotionally driven strategies. The hardest discipline isn't choosing assets, it's trusting systems during uncertainty. What if your net worth isn't decided by one big investment move, but by thousands of tiny financial decisions you repeat without thinking? This matters in a provocative way because compounding doesn't just grow money, it compounds identity. In The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel explains that doing well with money has less to do with intelligence and more to do with behavior repeated over time. You don't rise to your financial goals, you fall to your financial systems. Compare this thought: bad days don't ruin your health, bad habits do. The same is true for wealth. When your repeated decisions support long-term investing, equity accumulation, and capital growth, compounding stops being a math concept and becomes a personal transformation that turns ordinary people into financially confident, independent individuals. Before compounding ever shows up as luxury, it shows up as space. Space to breathe, space to think, space to choose without pressure. As invested capital grows, something subtle begins to change. Financial decisions stop feeling urgent. Monthly obligations lose their emotional weight. You no longer need every paycheck to survive the next 30 days. That internal shift matters more than any visible upgrade. This is the stage where wealth becomes felt, not seen. Freedom appears quietly as flexibility, the ability to delay a decision, the power to walk away from unfavorable terms, the confidence to wait instead of rushing. Compounding creates this buffer long before it creates excess. Growing equity does something psychology alone cannot. It lowers fear. When assets start producing returns, even modest ones, the mind stops operating from scarcity. You begin to think in timelines rather than emergencies. Problems that once triggered panic now trigger planning. This is why long-term investing often leads to better life choices. With reduced financial pressure, people negotiate better salaries, take healthier career risks, and avoid desperation-driven decisions. Luxury looks attractive from the outside, but freedom changes behavior on the inside. Compounding doesn't shout its benefits, it removes noise. Here's a thought that should make you pause. Why do some people look rich but feel stressed, while others look ordinary yet sleep peacefully knowing their money is working for them? This matters because compounding rewards stability, not attention. Visible wealth often comes from consumption, cars, lifestyle upgrades, expensive signals, while quiet stability comes from assets like index funds, ETFs, dividend stocks, and long-term portfolios that grow even when no one is watching. In The Millionaire Next Door, the authors reveal that most truly wealthy individuals don't look wealthy at all. They prioritize net worth over appearance. The mistake people make is chasing validation instead of capital. They want quick status, not slow equity growth. The effect shows up later as high debt, fragile retirement portfolios, emotional stock market decisions, and constant pressure to maintain a lifestyle their cash flow can't support. The fix is uncomfortable but freeing. Redirect money from visible consumption into invisible assets, automate long-term investing, and measure success by portfolio growth, not social approval. When you choose stability, consistency, and long-term investing over visible wealth, compounding turns patience into power and builds a life where money gives you options instead of obligations. Here's a question that should hit close to home. What if the real reason most people never benefit from compounding isn't lack of money, but a survival mindset that keeps them stuck in short-term decisions? This matters in a provocative way because survival thinking focuses on this month's bills, while strategic thinking focuses on this decade's outcome. In Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki explains that poor and middle-class thinking is about security and expenses, while wealthy thinking is about assets and systems. Most people earn, spend, repeat, never zooming out. They treat money as something to be managed daily. Survival thinkers keep money idle out of fear, while strategic thinkers keep an emergency fund and let the rest compound through long-term investing. An ordinary corporate employee who decided to stop trading emotionally and instead committed to disciplined investing in broad market funds for 15 years, no shortcuts, no hype, and achieved financial freedom without ever increasing income dramatically. Survival thinking protects today. Strategic thinking builds tomorrow. Compare this thought. Patching leaks keeps a boat afloat, but building a strong engine lets it go somewhere. Once you shift into strategic thinking, compounding stops feeling slow and starts feeling inevitable, turning ordinary incomes into extraordinary long-term outcomes. Compounding doesn't change your life overnight. It changes who you become over time. The world celebrates fast success, but wealth belongs to those who stay. If you start today, even imperfectly, you give your future self an unfair advantage. In every video, I try to discuss and address the factors that surely improve the chances of your success. If you like this also, subscribe the channel, like and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. If you're curious about 8 signs someone is quietly wealthy but hides it, that's exactly what I cover in the next video. See you there.